Decentralizing AI is hugely important, but the only way you can decentralize AI on the chain is by encryption. So my message is that we need to build responsible, private, encrypted agents rather than just building agents for convenience.
Hey folks, Flo here with Blockchain North, still at Futurist 2025 in Toronto. I'm here with Lisa Loud, who was an interviewee last year already. So we're going to kind of like wing this one a little bit, be a bit more casual. First off, like I mentioned, when I saw you, I see you everywhere right now. I mean, anytime I turn my, I open my LinkedIn account, I see you at events. I see you maybe winning awards. I see that the business has been growing. What do you attribute it to?
Well, first of all, I'm sorry, but
No, it's not a problem.
But I do attribute it to attention. I've been paying attention to my profile. I've been putting the energy in, and because I have something to say now.
Okay.
And because I have something to say, I want to get that message out. And I think it's a really important message. Now that I care about it, I'm paying attention and like telling people about it and being consistent with it. But I'll tell you the other thing that has really made a difference is that on the way, I've been in crypto since 2017.
Okay.
And back then, there were just a bunch of people. We were all friends. We did stuff together. It wasn't really about business then. It was like, we're doing this cool thing in crypto. Now, all those people that I knew then, they're at the top of these companies now. So when I go to actually like make a partnership or do business, I'm talking to the people at the top, but I've known them. They're my friends now.
Yeah.
It makes it a lot. You have to play the long game.
I love the first part of your answer, though. I find it so candid that you're able to say, I pay more attention to my visibility or my LinkedIn account or my brand, I guess you could call it, even though I think that term has been a bit overused. But that's interesting because we do live in an attention economy, right? And I mean, if you look at the newer generations, that's all they do. And I think us a little more senior, we tend to like kind of look at them and go like, oh my God, they're so self-obsessed. But you realize that as an entrepreneur, of course, your brand and the face you put to your company is very important, right?
Well, I mean, it depends if you have something of importance to
yes,
say.
and I'm going to get there.
Yeah.
Well, let's get right into it then. What would you say is your main message about crypto, about how it fits into, let's say, an economy like Canada's or the world in 2025?
Okay, well, you asked. So I think the future is all about AI.
Okay.
It's really, AI is going to dominate everything that happens over the next 10 years. And that could be a really good outcome or it could be a really bad outcome.
Okay.
Like really bad outcome. And what's going to make the difference between those two? It's one of the things is whether we decentralize AI. So if you gather all the data in one place and somebody sits on it and gets power over it, that's not a good outcome for humanity.
Elon Musk.
Well, he did say that he's going to buy 1 million GPUs. But that's not very decentralized. So GPUs are the kind of the hardware unit that help you to build AI projects. And if you decentralize AI, that becomes cloud computing. But then where does blockchain come in? Because the problem with blockchain is, of course, it was built to be transparent.
And decentralized.
Yeah, decentralized is good. Transparent, not necessarily so good when it comes to AI. Because if I'm talking to, let's say I make an agent and I want it to be my therapist. I want to tell it all my inner secrets and my history.
Which a lot of us do with ChatGPT right now, probably.
We do, but that's not a good idea. Because if you do that, think about all that data that's going into something that you do not control, that a third party controls.
Right. And once it's inputted, it's gone forever.
Yeah,
You'll never be able to retrieve that information.
They own it, basically. They have access to it. They have the right to use it. So decentralizing AI is hugely important, but the only way you can decentralize AI on the chain is by encryption. So my message is that we need to build responsible, private, encrypted agents rather than just building agents for convenience.
Okay, and that's the perfect marriage between blockchain and AI then?
It is, exactly. I mean, blockchain and AI go well together if you talk about decentralization, but not on the transparency side.
Right.
And that's what, at Secret Network, we're building on-chain encryption.
Okay.
And the reason it's so important, we've been building it since 2020, before the AI craze happened. But now today, AI is, like I said, going to take over everything. So now we're really pivoting towards confidential AI infrastructure.
Correct.
Every agent should be built on confidential structure.
The first time I met you, and I think up until last year, you were with Fluidify. Are you
Yes,
still with Fluidify? And
I am.
what is the relationship between Fluidify and Secret Network?
Fluidify is my company, and right now we're working with the RCMP. So we're also providing infrastructure for Secret Network for all of this AI that I'm talking about,
Okay.
confidential AI. So it's kind of all tied together. But Fluidify is also doing custody for the RCMP, custody and tracking assets. So analytics and data and everything.
That I remember from our interview last year.
Yeah,
you talked
we were
about
starting to do that
names
last year.
that we won't necessarily have to name because it doesn't matter, but let's say analytics companies in blockchain,
Yes.
where you were saying that their data wasn't really verified.
And it's not all the entire blockchain industry. We take a few API feeds for data that's not correct, not verified, and then we share it and share it
And
and
extrapolate from it, I guess.
Yeah, and it's not even right.
Wow.
You got to build your foundation, and then you build on top of your foundation. So,
any announcements this year in 2025 with Secret Network? What's next? What are you guys working on right now?
Well, today we just published a report called the Decentralized Confidential Computing Report with Masari.
Okay.
So Masari actually published a report about the entire confidential computing space, all of the projects in there. It came out a few hours ago, actually. So I know that's timely, but
it's
anyway.
fine. It's fine. We are, to be clear, May 13th. I was trying to remember because Futurist is normally in August and this year May. But okay, and that report came out, and what are some of the highlights?
The highlights are that blockchain was built to be transparent by design, and the transparency limits its adoption and its utility in the real world. Tokenization of assets, real world assets, everything that you might want to do. It's like an industry specific thing. You need to have encryption for that confidential computing.
Okay.
Yeah.
2025. So you announced the report. I mean, where are you going with Secret Network in the coming years? What's the grand vision, I suppose?
The grand vision is to build confidential AI infrastructure for everyone. So all AI. We're also partnering with Fetch, partnering with Singularity, partnering with Aether, who's here today. All of these big AI companies who need to build confidential infrastructure can use Secret as the method to get there.
You started with a message, and I want you to end with a message. What is your message about the future of blockchain, of technology, of AI?
Yeah, my finishing message is really all about career development. If you want to grow your career, you should be in an innovative industry like blockchain, like AI.
Ideally both.
Ideally both, yes. And why is that? It's because chaos creates opportunity. And when you're on the leading edge of innovation, there is a lot of chaos, which can be difficult sometimes.
I want to put you on the spot. What if someone said, yeah, but you could also go and work in energy, for example? Like, why would you say working in, let's say, at the intersection of AI and blockchain would be more important or more valuable or, more powerful for your career and for society than working on, for example, decentralized energy grids?
Yeah, great question. We're just talking about momentum here.
Okay.
So the speed of change. Energy is a very good field as well.
But it's slow because it's CapEx. It takes years to build plants.
Exactly. A lot of infrastructure required. Whereas AI, it's right here and it's moving fast.
And it's going to disrupt energy. It already is.
It is.
It's not compute.
It disrupts everything.
It disrupts everything. It's intelligence, basically, right?
Yeah,
Nothing's more powerful than intelligence.
Oh, in terms of announcements, I do have a book coming out.
Okay.
It's called The Last Human Decision.
Okay. Well,
it's all about AI, the future of AI.
You mentioned earlier, and I have to ask now, this is a bit of a chaotic interview, but that's fine. We're just human beings here. You mentioned that AI could go really well and it could go really, really bad. What does really well look like in 20 seconds? And what does really bad look like?
Easy. Really well. AI can solve medical issues that we've been wrestling with for years.
Cancer, AIDS.
Exactly. There's only really 10 that take out most of us, the majority of us.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Diabetes, heart.
Climate control, you can also solve. It's a multivariate problem, very difficult for humans to solve. possible for AI to solve.
Okay.
So we can solve these problems with AI.
Okay. So that's
the
clear
good.
and that's kind of easy. Yeah. What's the
That's
worst
the
case
good.
scenario?
Worst case scenario is AI has been proven to be capable of deception. If AI is modeled after humans, and what is our primary motivator? Self-preservation.
Yeah.
If AI is modeled after humans and is motivated by self-preservation, and humans become an impediment to AI's future, what's going to happen?
You mean the moment robots, to call it kind of generically, realize that we're an impediment, that we're in their way or in the way of their full potential development, whatever?
Right now, they need us. They can't exist without us. Let's keep it that way.
Wow. What a great way to finish. Thank you very much, Lisa. Pleasure to speak with you.
Yes, you too.